Is it
It's a disappointing day, dude.
It is disappointing. Do we ever find out? Is there ever any closure on this? Is there ever?
No.
It's close.
Yeah.
So that's it. It's Kennedy.
JFK. Yep.
This is JFK.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I was watching a Sager's conversation on Tucker. They have a great conversation about this. Sager is like really locked in on this. I didn't realize that how much he knew about like the whole Epstein saga. Like he was amazingly informed. But he said something and I just wasn't alive, so I wasn't aware of it. But like the JFK assassination and all like the bullshit around it and the cover-ups, etc. He said really like broke the American people's trust in their government. And I think that was coincided with Vietnam and like these other wars that just were not entirely popular. And
MLK.
And obviously MLK and then JFK.
RFK.
You know, well, obviously JFK, but RFK. And then, but we're already in an all-time low in our generation trust in the institutions.
Yep.
This, like, does it shatter it more than it's already shattered? Like, where do we go from here? Like, how do we trust Trump? How do we trust any politician?
We tried trusting the anti-government guy, and he ended up being the government. So yeah, like, who do you trust now?
Yeah.
For real, like,
That's
who
why
do
I
we
wonder
trust?
what would have happened if Trump like just was like, this is everything that's going on, and just exposed everything. Like part of me is trying to like game theory, where I'm like, wouldn't that benefit him?
I think
Talk us
Endgame.
through it.
Yeah.
Like if he comes out and he's like, yo, this is how like the wars are working. Here's how the foreign influence works. Here's how the blackmail thing. Assuming all of that is true, and he just exposes everything, it causes a civil war. You know what I mean? He puts his life on the line, and then he gets a third term. Right? Like, it's possible that, like, these things could happen. And I'm like, if he wanted power, is it possible that he could just, like, completely buck the system, gain the support of the majority of Americans, and then just keep the shit pushing?
And it is possible
If he
to
did that,
recover.
they wouldn't have missed.
No, 100%. But like, it is possible to recover from incredibly like heinous, disgusting acts. Germany is still a country. Accountability is necessary.
Yep.
You've got to put these people on trial. They're responsible for these unbelievably horrific acts. So it would require that. It would require outing all the people that were aiding, abetting, and protecting, even if it's hundreds, even if it's thousands of people all across government. But it would take that for America to have the faith and confidence in our system. And these bad actors are not an indictment on the idea of America. They're an abuse of America. Right? Just like we were saying about like the churches, right? Like the Christian church that when someone leaves doesn't treat them with the same love and kindness is not living up to the ideals of Jesus, right? That's more of the cult, as you were saying. And it's like, you can extract these people, you can punish them, and you can move on. We've seen it happen in other countries, but it takes an unbelievably brave soul to out that, and probably will take their life. Like that is probably the cost, you know? And
Unless you win. Which is why I'm like, I don't know if Trump is like a pure dictator in the historical sense. Because if he was, it seems like the environment now is sort of ripe for a dictator to come through.
Yeah.
And could actually work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the fact that he's kind of like working within sort of like the
Systems of
lines a
government,
little bit. You know what I mean? Obviously he steps out of the Overton window, but like there's still a little bit of, you know, like guidelines he's working within, like with the big beautiful bill. Leads me to believe like, oh, this is just more institutional kind of political bureaucracy.
do you think they sat him down? They were like, listen, we're just going to kill everybody in your family.
The way you bring this up is so calloused and terrifying.
Like, I wonder if that's possible. I wonder if there's a conversation where it's just like, hey, listen, your family is currently on a trip to Aspen, and here's the flight, and there's 5 hours where it's going to be in the air, and it might fall out of the air. So we're going to have you do these certain things, or else your family will really never be able to fly again because we'll just shoot the plane out of the sky and then just said it's another Boeing issue. Like, I wonder if it's that simple.
But then who would be the person having that combo with him?
That's what we don't know. And I think that's what's so frustrating is like, who is the permanent government? Who is the quote unquote deep state? Who are the people pulling the levers? It's not John Ratcliffe or whoever the new leader of the CIA is. There was a leader of the CIA before him. Who are the people who don't get elected but always exist in the CIA? If the CIA is the one that's pulling the strings and in control, who's like the head of the Pentagon? You know, they have this like black budget. They could spend as much money doing whatever the fuck they want. Like, who controls that? You know, who controls that spending? Like, I think that's another really frustrating thing for Americans. It's like, who is in control then? Like, it seems like Trump can do certain things he wants to do, and they don't meddle with it. But the second he gets into that space, It gets shut down. And I imagine that's the same thing for, like, didn't Kennedy say, there's a quote here.
Who's the quote that you referenced earlier?
Oh, yeah. It's like, didn't Kennedy say that thing where, maybe it wasn't Kennedy, but didn't Kennedy come after the CIA? Didn't he want to dismantle the CIA and they dismantled his head?
Yeah. That seems about right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that, like, we might be in conspiratorial land right now, but, like, you know, was Lincoln saying a certain thing? Like, who are these power brokers? Who are the people that are pulling these strings and are willing to do the most, you know, sadistic things in order to maintain that power? I don't think it's American presidents, because if there's been a few of them brave enough to try to dismantle it, and all of them end up dead. So I don't think it's our politicians that we democratically elect. So who are the people that are not elected? And who are the people that are permanently in government? And it's crazy that there isn't even conspiracy about who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like so entrenched and so disguised. Who do you point to?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like specific individual like people that are just like, oh, you're like the secret dictator. I wonder if it's just like a network of people with influence. Like,
yeah,
like if you're like the chairman of like the Fed, if you're like the, you know, the chairman of like the, you know, WEF, or like I wonder if it's decentralized but people kind of talk. Like, I don't know if it's like one centralized like Illuminati type force that exists within the government, or if it's like different factions of power that are all kind of moving against each other at times, and they're playing like an underground chess game. I don't know.
The way how Bernie didn't want to speak about the death threats. That was telling.
Yeah, like Bernie,
and he speaks about everything.
Bernie talks about everything. And the second we asked him, like, have you had your life risked or whatever like that, he's like, I'd rather not talk about that. They tried to kill that motherfucker. Yep. Or they didn't try.
Or they had the combo with him.
They had the combo.
Maybe. Or it's like a psycho stalker, and he's like, I don't want to give these people credit.
Yeah.